Hello and welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is Motor Mike Media, and as always, I'm Motor Mike, and today we're going to talk about the 2021 Chevrolet Camaro. I really like the Camaro, and GM announced that the current Camaro as we know it, well, it's going to be around for a while, basically until 2026, and hopefully then we'll have an all new redesigned Camaro. But not that long ago, they gave this vehicle a nice little refresh. Let's talk about it. Now, all the pictures I'm using today, well, the credit will go to Chevrolet or GM, their photos. But this vehicle, I really like the Camaros. It stands out amongst its competition because of its angular design. So we'll start with styling. The front end, mean, aggressive. I really like how this front end looks. Those headlights, they're small, sinister looking. Nice LEDs in there. You got the nice Chevy bow tie there. Before, when they first did this refresh, the higher end trims, the middle centerpiece in the grille was black. It made the grille look massive. They changed that, and depending on the trim, if you get lower trims, the front end will change a little bit. As you go up the trim lines, you get the bigger engines, the front end gets more and more aggressive looking. Now the side profile. The side profile is mean. This car is low. The body lines are very sharp and angular. It's very muscular. And the wheels. Depending on what trim you get, there's a whole bunch of different rims to choose from. You got alloys, chromes, blacked outs. It depends on your wants, needs, and your budget. Every trim has like multiple options for wheels, and it's always good to have options. Now the rear end. The rear end sharp looking. I really like these tail lights. They actually protrude from the body. They have a 3D look to them. They look very sharp. And on the higher trims, the lower bumper will get more aggressive and have bigger exhaust because these engines sound great. Now, that's the styling. Overall, I think it's a very good design, and we'll see it around for a while, so hopefully it still ages well. Now, the interior. When you get into the interior, you can tell this is the latest and greatest of the Camaro interiors. A long time ago, the Camaro interior was always nice, but very cheap and plasticky. In this newer Camaro, they did a good job at adding better materials throughout the whole cabin, especially on the higher trims. But even on the base trim, you can tell it's better than before. You still have a nice screen. On the higher trims, you get nice leather-wrapped steering wheel. You can even get Alcantara. All these premium materials. It's a very nice steering wheel. In front of the gauge cluster, great gauges. Lots of good information, very crisp. You have a nice screen. It's the typical GM system, their MyTouch system. It's a very good system. It's pretty easy to learn and understand. The resolution's pretty nice. On the higher trims, you have sports pages and all that stuff where you can actually see what your car is doing. You can go in there and tweak your personal settings and stuff like that. You can even get a track camera on the higher models. You can watch your footage when you're parked, of course, and save it all. It's a cool feature to have. Below there, nice hard touch buttons. I really like the vents in this car. They have a very nice tactile click to them. You can move them around. They stand out, and it's a very nice look. Now in this vehicle, there's a plethora of transmissions. You can get an 8-speed automatic on the lower trims. You can go all the way up and get yourself a 10-speed automatic, and you can get a manual still. You have nice options depending on the power plant you choose from. Overall, the interior is a nice place to be, like I said. On the higher trims, you get much better materials, nice bucket seats, and you can get some nice colors too. I really like the red interior. They have even a nice little knee pad on the higher trims, so when you're driving, your knee doesn't hit something hard. It's nice leather padding there. It's a good interior. Now, let's talk some hard numbers. Like I said, there's a plethora of engines and stuff, so let's get into it. So on the lower trims, basically your 1LS, your 1LT, 2LT, 3LT, those all come standard with a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. And I know some people don't like 4 cylinders in sports cars or muscle cars, but it's pretty peppy. In this application, it's paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission, and it makes 275 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. It's not bad. It's pretty peppy, and a lot of people say that it's actually a very respectable engine. Now, on those other trims or moving up, you can get the V6. Now, the V6 has been around for a while, but it still makes pretty good power. 335 horsepower and 284 pound-feet of torque. The V6, if you get an exhaust kit, will actually sound pretty decent. Now, what everyone really wants is when you move up to like the LT1 or the SS trim, you get the good old 6.2-liter V8. Those things sound amazing. This application, it makes 455 horsepower and 455 pound-feet of torque. It's an awesome engine. It's super reliable. It's very smooth too. So not only do you get that amazing muscle car sound, but when you pair it to a 10-speed automatic, you get quick shifts, you get paddle shifters. This thing sounds great, and you can just cruise and cruise. Now, when you go up to the final trim, or the highest trim, your track-oriented trim, basically that's the ZL1, that has the V8 supercharged, making 655 horsepower and 655 pound-feet of torque. That's an absolute monster. That vehicle is lowered. All new suspension components. The interior, Alcantara, they moved some things around to save weight, carbon fiber materials. It's a cool cabin. Now you can get a manual transmission or an automatic in that vehicle. That's the only one I wouldn't recommend you daily drive. The other Camaros, they're a firm ride, but it's not going to beat you up. That trim is truly meant for the track, and anything longer than 15-20 minutes, you're probably going to get beat up a little bit. But it's mean looking. It truly stands out amongst all the other Camaros. It's way more aggressive. It's the one that I think one day will be a great collector. Now that's a little bit about this Camaro. I love the Camaro. It has a lot of good trims, a lot of good options for you. And like I said, it's going to be around for a while. What do I hope for the next Camaro? Well, I hope they still keep it naturally aspirated with V8s and V6s. And yeah, you can still have that supercharged engine. Don't take that away. But I worry that GM wants to go this electric route. And that's cool. I know eventually everything will be electric. But I think they're kind of jumping the gun a little too early. And I wonder if they're delaying this, so when the next one comes out, 2027, it'll just be all electric. I'd be cool with having both. Give us the option. Like right now, for every trim, you're giving me options based on my budget. I can come in at $25,000 and get a great car that handles well with a turbocharged 4-cylinder. And that's perfectly alright. If I have more money, I can get that good old 6.2 liter V8. And if I have a lot of money, I can get the supercharged version. It's always good to have options and to keep things affordable. But let me know in the comments below. What do you guys think of the Camaro? Do you like its competition more, or do you like this? And out of all the trims we talked about and all the power options, which one's right for you? And please, if you haven't already and you want to, check out my channel. I've been kind of doing my best to give you guys more and more content. We talk about cars, trucks, SUVs, combustion engines, and EVs. A little bit of everything. And please, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way you guys can stay up to date with the latest and greatest from my channel. And as always, I truly appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.